Hello everyone, welcome back. Smothered Run here once again with another matchup in the ShogunateTotal War Tournament 2020. We're here at Usui Pass, and we have the armies of Nordward as the Satomi, and Anito as the Kikawa. Hope I'm saying that right. We're here, like I said, at Usui Pass. We have three key buildings over here. I'll start on the right-hand side. We have the workshop, the farmhouse right in the middle, and the shrine. So the two best buildings and arguably the worst building in the game. I'm going to look at Nordward's army first. I'm going to start with his cavalry, because why not? We have 2 units of katana cavalry, and we have 2 units of Yari cavalry that are visible. Since this is Nordward's replay, I'm going to assume that's all his cavalry. We have up front, we have 4 Naginata samurai. In the second line, we have 2 katana samurai. We have some fire rockets. We have 2 bow warrior monks and the general. So we'll head over here and we'll take a look at Anito's army. We have front line of 4 katana samurai. We have 3 bow samurai. A second line of melee infantry of 4 katana samurai. We have a set of fire rockets as well, and we have 4 Yari cavalry. So one of the Shogunate YouTube Discord server members, Miyamoto Musashi, has created a quote-unquote side quest. Not sure what you'll win if you complete it, but basically if you use 2 of his favorite units and use them well, you get some kind of admiration and respect from Miyamoto Musashi. Maybe something else, I'm not sure. Maybe a special role in the server. That hasn't been discussed. But anyways, so yeah, a number of people have brought them out and decided to try to work with them, and we'll see how they go. As we're advancing, I am just going to double speed a bit because nothing really is going to happen. So I have had to see this, watch this matchup in order to mark everything down in the challenge website bracket, but this is the first time I've actually had a chance to record it, so I do know what happens. Fortunately, I have the memory of a sieve, so I don't remember what happens. So here we go. First volley of fire rockets goes into some hillside and a couple infantry, so not that great a use. Remember, fire rockets only have 5 volleys, and shooting over hills, this might be a better volley. Okay, so traded 1 volley apiece. They've killed 7, and they've killed 17. This is a bad idea, and if Nordward is paying attention, he'll be able to hit the general for the Kikawa, for Anito, and end the battle very quickly, even before it begins. Nordward, however, is being pretty good with his general. I mean, we know that Anito has stuffed a bunch of cavalry in those trees over there, but it would still probably be worth it to try to get a charge off and hit your opponent's general, especially when he's open like that. So we've had a few volleys of rockets already. We're going to just check the stats to see who's doing better. This one has 42 kills, and this one has 21. So definitely Nordward is using fire rockets. Remember, they're anti-cav or anti-blob, because while fire rockets are expensive at around 1800 koku a piece, if you can wipe out your opponent's cavalry within the 5 rounds that you have or 5 volleys that you have with your rockets, you actually end up paying for them. You might not get hundreds and hundreds of kills, but you might end up paying for your fire rockets just through the elimination of more koku from your opponent's army. I don't know if running swords over to help your cavalry out or help defend against cavalry is a really good idea. At this point, they're probably just being used to block a charge, while Nordward brings in his cavalry to try to save his bows. He's lost his fire rockets, but not a bad sacrifice, because you've drawn his cavalry over. Anito is now shooting his own cavalry as well as Nordward, so Nordward...
men are running from the battlefield.
Let's wait for the advisor. Nordward could end up with the upper hand here if he can win the cavalry engagement.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord!
It looks like Anito is going to take this battle, since Nordward does not have much in the way of infantry left. And so yeah, this I don't remember how this battle ended, but it's looking more and more like Anito might win this. The generals are over here having a nice little duel. I am going to find a spot to zoom in. Sort of give you something to watch here. All of a sudden it looks like the Saito have the upper hand. Oh. Yes, the Saito's general has killed the Kikowa general, so it looks very much like Nordward's going to take this battle.
Glorious victory will soon be yours.
So fairly decent use of fire rockets by Nordward. Anito has some work to do with those, but... Hello and welcome back. We're in game 2 of the matchup between Anito and Nordward. Once again, Nordward as the Satomi, Anito as the Kikowa. We'll go through the army setups after I go through the map here. We're at Aki. Actually a map I do quite enjoy. I don't know if it's my favorite map, but it is definitely up there. Just mostly because of what you can do with the trees and your units. We have an archery dojo here on our left. We have a sword dojo in the middle, and the workshop. So obviously the two, depending on the armies they bring, the two best are probably going to be the workshop and the sword dojo. Going through Nordward's army first, we have the fire rockets up front ready to cause some trouble. We have 2 bow warrior monks again. 1, 2, looks like, I gotta get better. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 katana samurai, 2 naginata samurai. And over here we have katana cavalry, Yari cavalry, and Yari cavalry. So we'll have to watch and see how Nordward uses his katana cavalry. Over here for Anito, we have fire rockets again. Out front, we have 1, 2, 3 Yari samurai as a front line. We have another Yari Shigaru in the middle, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 katana samurai for the infantry, and a extremely leveled up general. I guess we're going to try to use this general as a melee general. Don't know if I'd do that, but anyways, that's what we're going with. And then we have 2 Yari cavalry over here for Anito. I'll start the battle, and we're just going to double speed just as everyone sort of moves into position. So now I mentioned what you can do with units on Aki. Oh, it's really choppy. I'm going to have to slow it down while I show this. Because of the tree line, there's an opportunity you have that you can sneak your infantry or cavalry through the trees, and if you can force your opponent to move to this hill and then distract them by skirmishing or engaging, harassing, whatever you want to call it, from this side and distracting most of his focus over to this end, you can sneak up behind him and cause a lot of problems for him from behind. I've snuck ninjas through there. I've snuck ninjas actually just through the open plain, but I've snuck cavalry through there. I have snuck you hit the tree. I have snuck matchlocks, sword units like Nodachis through there. Just usually 1 or 2 is all you need. Now, Anito is definitely no longer on the offensive. And oh boy, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for Nordward. Look what's sitting right here, wanting to capture a building. So far from the infantry, there are a couple ways you could handle this. The general is your most important unit in the battlefield, or in the game. We know that. So, not bad using the building as cover. That's a good idea. Make him waste a volley of fire rockets. With the general being so far away from the army, this is a perfect opportunity to charge and engage, skirmish, harass, whatever you need to do to start inflicting morale damage to your opponent. Nordward's being very, very aggressive, bringing his general out in front like that for these fire rockets. Fortunately, the fire rockets are not shooting; they're moving. So Anito is doing that, or sorry, Nordward is doing just that. He's advancing, getting ready to engage. A lot of pretty horses lined up right here, ready to start killing each other. We also have, yeah, that's right, the 4 Yari cavalry instead of just the 2. There's a good shot from the fire rockets. They only killed a few, but and like I said, anti-blob. With so many swords, those are going to be the units that Nordward needs to focus on. That one volley killed almost 30 men. Not bad at all. Now, any sword, because of the difference in numbers for infantry, any sword that Nordward loses is a bad thing for him. And oh, hitting the trees, unfortunately. Again, I don't know if I'd be targeting Yari Samurai. I think I would be targeting the Katana Samurai to whittle their numbers down. So here's an uphill charge and a downhill counter charge, and this is going to really... There's 5 units of Yari cavalry over there against 4. A good move by Nordward to flank and engage, and he's going to do everything he can to try to win that cavalry engagement just by having the downhill counter charge. So we'll just do a quick look here over the units that... so this unit's almost lost half. This one here has lost half. Half again. 9 of them and 5. So he's about to lose 2 or 3 units right off the hop from that counter charge plus the flank. Now, Anito bringing over a unit of Katana Samurai is not a bad idea at this point because the cavalry has stopped charging, but instead he decides to turn around and head somewhere else. Again, this general is wide open and great target for fire rockets. But that's okay. Looks like Nordward is going to win the cavalry engagement, and as far as the fire rockets go, this little fire rocket duel, it's fairly even now. Snugging out a samurai just took a big punch from those fire rockets. I don't know why you'd be moving back. I'd be charging in with your samurai. Risky and good charge from the general, though. Oh, fire rockets just missed the general. Good idea, though. Target the general. Anito's running his general through the rear. That's fine. Oh, and Anito has won the cavalry engagement. I mean, he did have superior numbers, but he took a rear charge, which could have been deadly. But fortunately for Nordward, most of the infantry battles wrapped up, and he's going to be able to use a unit of swords to slow down, to block the charge. They're going to get absolutely wrecked by the charge, but there's spears and other swords nearby. So Anito should have this fairly well handled. Or sorry, Nordward should have this fairly well and handled. And it looks like... Oh, no, that's not the general. General's here in melee. Oh, about to be hit in melee, sorry. Katanas have caught up to the cavalry that's trying to run away, and that will be just about the end of the cavalry. For Anito, there we go. 1 unit of swords left, and that is it. A question came up. You notice this burning building
My
here.
lord, their general has fallen. A cutting blow.
It says that it's controlled by, on the map, it says on the little map, it says that it's controlled by Nordward. However, because the building has burnt down, it is controlled actually by no one, so the melee bonus has dropped. But anyways, that is the end of the battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. Nordward moves on with 2 solid victories. Both ended up using the fire rockets very well in this battle, so they've nearly completed Miyamoto's side quest. I won't tell you what the other unit is. There are 2 units that are his favorite. So if you can figure out and use well that second unit, you can complete the side quest. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. There are many more battles to come, both on my channel and on Triple Z Hackers, so please check out his. And of course, this is all being hosted through the Shogunate YouTube channel and Discord server, so please head over there and check them out. We'll see you next time.